What is going on, everybody? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the ACMGS Gamer here. Today we're here to talk about Assassin's Creed Black Flag in the remake and how apparently it is closer than everybody thought. When the rumors of the Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake began to circulate on the internet, many, including ourselves, which would be Tom Henderson, the author of the article, and those at Insider Gaming, assumed that the game would still be some years away from releasing. However, new details and documentation on the game sent to Insider Gaming under the condition that it does not go public suggests that the game is well into development and could be released much sooner than we all thought. In fact, prior to the recent Shadows delay, which is understood to have affected the Assassin's Creed pipeline, the remake was to be released around November 2025, which would have been around the same time that the series' multiplayer offering, codenamed Invictus, is to be released. Now, what we know about Invictus is that just it's some form of multiplayer. Whether or not this is going to be something that's free that goes into the overall, I forget the name that they gave it, but it was like the Animus Hub, basically, that's going to house all of your games. Whether or not Invictus is a separate game you'll have to actually pay $60 for, and it's just a multiplayer mode, we don't know. If that is the case, I won't be purchasing it. If there's no story for me, it's not worth it. Insider Gaming understands that this is part of Ubisoft's ramp-up strategy for the AC series, which will see around 10 Assassin's Creed titles of various lengths and experiences released over the next 5 years. This includes Assassin's Creed game codenamed Jade, fully fledged mobile offering with tentative date in fiscal year quarter 1, 26. Interesting. Unfortunately, though, the recent Assassin's Creed Shadows delay, which the lead said to staff in an internal email, will also impact the rest of the AC roadmap. It may have skewed these dates a little. That being said, to some, Black Flag Remake is probably coming in a few years earlier than some of us may have expected. In that same gameplay that was sent to Insider Gaming, it showed Edward Kenway sailing on a ship on the upgraded Anvil engine. Now, that was not the only article. There was a separate article released today by MP First from James Lara that claims that this game is going to be more than a visual upgrade, which would be nice, because even if it was just a visual upgrade, knowing Ubisoft, they'd say, hey, this is a remake, and we're going to charge you $60 for it, and the only thing we upgraded was the graphics. However, that is not the case, because based on the information that they have collected, the remake will be more than just a visual upgrade. Gameplay mechanics and elements have also been upgraded. Now, what they mean by that, I have no idea, because to me, Black Flag is the best type of gameplay and content and gameplay combat, because it's an evolution of what we got in Brotherhood and Revelations. I didn't like Unity's combat because it was an evolution of AC2. I didn't like that combat. I didn't like Syndicate. I didn't mind Origins combat, but then Odyssey and Valhalla's combat evolved from Origins, and I didn't care for it in that either. So we'll see what kind of mechanics they're upgrading. Maybe like parkour moves, and enhancements, perhaps, maybe even speed. But we don't know entirely what that means. If they are trying to implement the current quote-unquote RPG system mechanics into Black Flag, that's going to be very weird, and I'm not for that. As a matter of fact, if they do show off that they did the RPGification of Black Flag's combat, I will not be purchasing this game. No matter how pretty it may look, there are dozens of mods you can find online to upscale the graphics without having to pay for it. Moving on, last year, Ubisoft CEO Yves Guillemot, one of the comments that he made was that fans could look forward to remakes that would allow players to revisit past locations only with a modernized touch. He said, firstly, players can be excited about some remakes which will allow us to revisit some of the games we've created in the past and modernize them. There are worlds in some of our older Assassin's Creed games that are still extremely rich. Secondly, to answer your question, there will be plenty of experience variety. The goal is to have Assassin's Creed games come out more regularly, but not for it to be the same experience every year. I think... Oh yeah, Down here, you'll see there's a game designer who says he has experience with the remake that was supposed to come out in 2024. But he also said, to no one's surprise, Black Flag Remake is being built on the upgraded Anvil engine, which is information corroborated by Insider Gaming. They say, as listed in the project's description, the remake will feature new systems with combat and ecosystems around wildlife, specifically mentioned. There's not much else to mention beyond the team hoping that these new systems will make the classic an outstanding game to rebirth as the next AAA game. However, this confirms that the remake of Black Flag will be more than just graphical. How much new content will be added remains to be seen, but at least those who have played the game will have something to look forward to beyond the visuals. So, all we have is that there's going to be an update with combat and ecosystems around the wildlife. There's going to be a lot of visual enhancements, and we'll just have to wait and see when they show that off. They said originally it was supposed to come out in November, which would have been around the same time Shadows would have come out. So it's very interesting. My guess would be we'll get Shadows around March or on March 20th when it's scheduled to release. It wouldn't surprise me if they decided to release Black Flag either as soon as possible or if they waited until their Ubisoft Connect whatever event in the summer, typically held in June. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens this year. Black Flag may not come out till the year after that because they said they had the mobile game coming out. They have the multiplayer Invictus coming out at some point. And we know Hexe is quite a few years away. So we'll see but it looks like Black Flag is the next project in line to kind of make its appearance, even though at the moment it's all just rumors. So we'll see what happens. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.